Good Wednesday afternoon, and thanks for joining us from the Ohio AgNet Voice You Know with the News You Trust studio, sponsored by Grain Equipment Company, where innovation meets execution. I'm Dusty Sonnenberg. Well, sunny skies, 85 degrees on my barn thermometer right now. It feels like a summer day out there. Harvest is continuing in some parts of the state, and as we look ahead to next week in the Farm Science Review, right now looks like we could be 10 days without any measurable precipitation. A couple quick calendar reminders. Tune in tomorrow as Dale will be broadcasting from the Wyandotte County Fair, thanks to Nature's Premium Liquid Fertilizers since 1946. And tune in on Friday as I'll be giving you some updates from the Wyandotte County Fair, that thanks to Ag Credit. Taking a look at your agricultural headlines, average retail fertilizer prices for 7 of the 8 major fertilizers continue to be slightly lower than they were a month ago. For the 7th week in a row, no fertilizers had significant moves. The 7 fertilizers that were lower in price compared to where they were last month include DAP with an average price of $7.39 a ton, MAP at $813 a ton, potash came in at $486 a ton, while urea was $490 a ton, 1034-0 was $638 a ton, UAN 28 was $327 per ton, and UAN 32 came in at $364 a ton. Now, just one fertilizer was slightly more expensive, anhydrous ammonia had an average price of $676 a ton, but that was up just $1 from the month prior. If you break that down to a price per pound nitrogen basis, the average urea price was 53 cents a pound, anhydrous was at 41 cents a pound unit nitrogen, UAN 28 was 58 cents a pound, while UAN 32 was 57 cents per pound unit nitrogen. Prices for 3 fertilizers are higher compared to 1 year ago. DAP is 1% higher, while 1034-0 is 4% more expensive. MAP is 9% higher than last year. And prices of the remaining 5 fertilizers are lower, with anhydrous down 2%, potash 6% less expensive, UAN 32 is 7% lower, and UAN 28 is 8% less expensive, while urea is 13% lower compared to a year ago. Let's get a quick weather forecast update brought to us by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance, online at seedconsultants.com.
Plenty of sunshine, very warm, and mostly dry. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin. That's a look at your forecast update here in Ohio. I don't put together any significant precipitation for the rest of this week, weekend, and most of next week. I will tell you, though, that early next week we have another tropical system wanting to move through the Carolinas and across the Appalachians. I think that brings some rain to Ohio next Wednesday afternoon into Thursday, so watch for that. We can see rain showers and maybe a few thunderstorms there. That might be our first good rain in a little bit here over the state. I'm Ryan Martin.
Thanks, Ryan. Stay tuned. We'll be back to take a look at your markets after this.
Soybeans grown in Ohio and across the heartland are meeting the feedstock demand for clean fuels. Biodiesel is a clean-burning and reliable fuel that enhances engine life, power, and mileage. Plus, this high-performance fuel works in any diesel engine without modification. With biodiesel, we fuel the economy, do good for the environment, and support soybean farmers. Learn how using biodiesel can add value to every bushel of soybeans grown at soyohio.org.
Most of us like to be out in the sun. That's why sunscreen and other safety measures are key to protecting your skin from aging and cancer. The FDA recommends using a sunscreen with an SPF of 15 or higher. Also, look for broad spectrum on the label. That means both harmful ultraviolet A and B rays are blocked. Remember, SPF plus broad spectrum equal healthy fun in the sun. Visit www.fda.gov/sunscreen for more information. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
While you're out at the Farm Science Review this year, be sure to stop out and see the Ohio's Country Journal and Ohio AgNet crew at our Red Barn located at the corner of Corn and Market. You can visit with our team, enjoy some freshly popped popcorn, and get some free giveaways and renew your Ohio's Country Journal subscription for a chance to win a giant TV. There will be games for the whole family, and you can watch a live recording of our Ohio AgNet podcast and the midday and afternoon broadcast from the Farm Science Review. We'll be visiting with folks from Home and Equipment, Morton Buildings, and even talking mental health. That's at this year's Farm Science Review. Be sure to stop out and say hello. Taking a look at some other agricultural headlines, mandatory evacuations are in place for some parishes in southern Louisiana in anticipation of Hurricane Francine making landfall in just a few hours. The National Weather Service has hurricane and tropical storm warnings extended across southern Louisiana into far southern Mississippi. And over the past 24 hours, there's been a slight eastward shift in the track of Francine, and it's been upgraded from a tropical storm to a hurricane. After Francine makes landfall, it is forecast to track north and to parallel the Mississippi River before stalling out in the Tennessee Valley later this week. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like any of that tropical storm moisture will make it here into the Buckeye State, where we desperately need it in many areas to break this drought. Well, let's take a look now at your markets, brought to us by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com. December corn closed up a half a penny at $4.04 3/4, while March corn is up a quarter penny at $4.23 1/2. November soybeans closed up 3 1/4 at $10 1/2, and January beans are up 3 3/4 at $10.19, and wheat for December closed up a nickel, $5.79 1/4. October live cattle ended the day up 62 1/2 cents at $176.95, and October lean hogs up $1.20, $79.75. Thanks for joining us. This is the Ohio AgNet.